Hey, good evening. Welcome to Last Minute Betting with Mike and Bob. And Randall's here tonight. Devon is here and he's saying, let's get this bread tonight, boys. Let's get some bread. Randall's got some Saturday games in college basketball we'll get to here in a little bit. Don't forget, get 20% off of any OddsJam new subscription with the following codes. Use Bob20 or Mike20. And the Discord link is below. And I believe Mike and Randall were up over 8,000 people in that Discord. Is that correct, guys?
That is correct.
That's awesome. So that link's below. If you're not in the Discord and you want to learn some things, right, Mike?
Absolutely. Jump in there. Awesome community. All kinds of free picks, sports betting advice. Just a good, helpful community for you to go for your sports betting needs. Everybody's got the same goal in mind, and that is make money.
That's right. It's Friday Night Betting Fever. I'm going to now name the show.
It's just flowing, too.
Oh, yeah. Friday Night Betting Fever. I've got the fever. How about you, Randall? Mike?
Got fever for tomorrow. Nothing tonight in college hoops, but loaded slate tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to you here.
Bob, I just want to point out one thing from last night to you, okay? What? You and I and Jordan all had a parlay, and your play didn't hold up. Mine did.
And neither did Jordan's. Hi, Jordan. How you doing? Let's go.
Are we sure? Did Jordan not? I thought, was it Blackhawks plus 1.5 or Bruins money line?
Bruins
both of those plays.
It was Bruins money line
for the parlay. You sure?
Great call on the Blackhawks, though.
Yeah, exactly. Very good call, Bob.
Yeah.
Yes. But thank you for screwing that up.
Speaking of parlays, do you have one tonight?
I do.
Let's get to it now.
You know, last night we talked about it, betting the Buffalo Sabres on the money line last night and just sprinkling on that parlay was the safe route to go. What was Buffalo plus 158 or something last night. That was very juicy. I would have single bet that one heavily for a unit at least and sprinkled on that parlay. I think we'll do the same thing tonight, Bob. I think I'm going to bet the Kings on the money line straight up as well. I like the way they've been playing. 2 wins on this road trip so far. You know, that goalie they've got, Copley, is 14-3. They win when he's in net for whatever reason. And we know that Florida is terrible defensively. LA has won 4 of their last 5 on the road. They've been playing good on the road, so I'm comfortable with backing them on the road and getting plus, 130 at the time, maybe better, maybe worse now. You got to roll with that. You got to like your chances there. Also, there's also a video on this page for this article. Highly recommend checking that out while you're on here. So you all know that daily article is on the OddsJam website, so you can get to it before I even show you that on this live stream. And the second bet I'm rolling with is the Kraken on the money line. We saw Calgary last night, looked awful, got beat by the Blackhawks. I know that may sound like a spot to back Calgary tonight, but not for me. I like the way Seattle's been playing. They are potent offensively too. 18 goals in their last 3 wins. So when they win, if you expect them to win, they're going to pour it on. So I'm taking the Kraken on the money line and the Kings on the money line tonight, Bobby.
All right, very good. Can I do this real quick? Release the Kraken.
Okay. Release the Kraken, yes.
I just had to do that, man.
The over may be a play to look at, too, in that game, honestly.
Have you guys ever seen that movie, Clash of the Titans? Randall, you ever seen that?
No, I'm not a movie guy.
That's where the Kraken came from, buddy. All right, Randall has college basketball picks, and we're going to get to them. Do you want me to share my screen and go look at every one of these plays, or you just want to do it yourself? Or
yeah, I guess I can do it. Give me a second. Let me pull up the actual screen so I can search these lines. This is the best way to the best way to do it. Give me just a second. Are we right for Billikens tonight?
You know,
I
I'm
think
not
so.
sure about that team.
Minus 2.5, -3 at Davidson. ESPN 2 game.
Should be good. Should be good, but that's a weird team right now, man.
All right.
Yeah, I would roll with them.
All right, I'm going to share my screen and we'll jump into these games.
All right.
So
I'm
game.
adding up to the bet tracker, bro. So,
well, these aren't official plays. I'm just going to give you my analysis. I got a couple that I'll give, but these are just games that I'm looking at. I've got 10 of them. We can't add 10 plays, man.
No, that's true.
All right. So first game tomorrow, early game, 11 o'clock Central. Looking at West Virginia, -4 against Auburn. Auburn coming off the loss to Texas A&M at home. I don't think this Auburn team is very good. West Virginia, this could be a great game for them to win, kind of solidify their tournament hopes. You can see BetOnline Bookmaker, 2 very sharp books, have this 4.5. You can get 4 on Caesars. It actually opened 3.5. So definitely some sharp money there on West Virginia. The next game right below it, Temple and UCF. This line is definitely going to come down. This actually opened UCF -8.5. I was ready to lay it at 8.5. You can see Bookmaker BetOnline sitting at 6.5. I'm going to guess that this line probably goes off about UCF -5.5, maybe 6. If you remember, Temple is coming off of the win at Houston, back-to-back road games for them. UCF lost 3 in a row. This is just a terrible spot for Temple. And obviously the line indicates that again. Well, actually, no, it does not. The line does not indicate that. Actually, it should have went the other way. A lot of people are buying into Temple, but I do not disagree, or I do not agree with that move. Like I said, Temple off the Houston win should be a flat spot here. Next game, this is your favorite. This is my favorite game of the day, actually, Bob. You know where I'm going. Creighton and Xavier. Creighton -4. This is a back up the S10 type of play tomorrow. Creighton -4 against Xavier. Xavier obviously off of the win at UConn. This is huge spot here for Creighton. So love Creighton -4. This actually opened Creighton 3.5, and it's now 4.5 on BetOnline. So I'm actually probably going to lock this in tonight. I'm kind of irritated that I didn't bet it at 3.5, but probably not going to matter. Creighton in an absolute rout in this one. Next game that I'm looking at, Wake Forest -1.5, -2. This actually opened 1. So you can see BetOnline, another sharp book there at 2. So sharp money coming in on the Wake Forest side. Probably won't bet this game, but it definitely has my attention. It's an interesting game, Alabama against Oklahoma. This is a spot where Oklahoma definitely needs to win to get into the tournament. Probably a win against Bama probably puts them in the tournament, I would say. But maybe not. I mean, they are 11-9 on the year, so it's not like they've been ultra impressive. But I do lean to Oklahoma +6 here, although it looks like it's 5.5 on the books outside of BetOnline. I don't know. We'll see. I faded Bama at Missouri last weekend. That did not work out very well. So we'll see.
We can get +6.5 at Bet Rivers.
Okay, +6.5 at Bet Rivers. I mean, it's a good number. The issue now is Bama's coming off that close win against Mississippi State at home, so they had a scare there. So maybe they get going here. Speaking of Mississippi State, this line made no sense to me. This opened up TCU, I think, -1.5. Still 1.5 at Bookmaker. Looks like some of these onshore books have taken it to 2, 2.5. I like Mississippi State here. Again, this is another game. A win for Mississippi State probably gets them in the tournament, as an at-large. So very big game, but, I mean, TCU is solid. Next one, I'm definitely betting this game. I'll be on this one for sure. Pitt -1. Miami is actually playing their third consecutive road game. They covered the previous two. So this is a pretty bad spot for Miami. Again, Pitt in another position here. Knock off Miami, probably a for sure tournament team. This game here, I think worth just touching on. Tennessee and Texas, no real feel. I would lean to Tennessee. I was hoping this line would be 5.5, but I think it's maybe a tad high. This is a pretty marquee game tomorrow. Another game that I will probably be betting, kind of mad and irritated that this has moved on me, Kentucky and Kansas. This was kind of surprising. Kentucky -2. This opened up at FanDuel at a pick'em earlier today. I almost locked in Kentucky, but I thought we might see some Kansas money. Does Kansas lose 4 in a row? What do you think?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
I think some of these SEC teams, I've seen a lot of these teams play, Mississippi State type. They're solid. I mean, I've been watching a lot of SEC ball, and I think some of these teams are dangerous and scary. Tennessee for sure being one of those teams, and then Kentucky. Kentucky gets it going. They're going to be tough.
Yeah,
Kentucky
definitely.
-1.5.
What's that?
We're betting Kentucky -1.5.
Well, I'm not laying 1.5. I'll just take the money line at that point. But yes.
Money line's -125.
Yeah, I'd lay 125. You don't want a Kentucky win by 1 for sure.
Right.
And then the last game, Stanford and Cal. I mean, I know this is kind of an off the radar game, but if you remember a few weeks back, Cal actually beat Stanford. Stanford was a pretty big favorite in that game at Cal. This game's at Stanford. This is definitely a revenge spot here. Stanford -11. Cal is absolutely horrible. So we'll be on Stanford in this game. And then, one thing I want to point out about the screen, just as I'm looking here, and I spot a pretty decent sized discrepancy here. I mean, I don't have a feel in this game, but for those of you that are watching, this is why the screen is powerful. I mean, Bookmaker, a very sharp book. You can see this BYU St. Mary's game. They make St. Mary's -5.5. You could grab BYU at +7.5 on DraftKings right now. I mean, that's 2 points of value. Again, Bookmaker, very, very sharp. This is kind of cool seeing these lines funnel in as they get released by Caesars. But I mean, this is 2 points difference, and that's the power of the screen. I mean, you can see the difference. Here's one, 8.5 and 10. Boise State, very, very sharp book. Bet Online they have it 8.5. You can snag +10 on Colorado State. I'm not saying to go and bet these plays, but my point is just being able to spot the differences, see the sharp books, can really kind of show you where the sharp side is. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I guess tomorrow, Bob, I know you're wanting official plays, so we'll give some. I'm definitely going to be on UCF. I think we can get 5.5 tomorrow, though, so I'm going to wait there. For sure on Creighton, definitely going to be on Wake Forest, and then definitely going to be on Pitt, and then Kentucky, Stanford as well, and then Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Tennessee, as well as West Virginia. We'll have to see. I need to sleep on those.
Okay, very good, very good. Real quick, guys. What do you guys think of the new additions to the bet tracker? They did not funnel in live right away last night, but about a half an hour into the games, all of them were live. They were all looking good, and you could follow the progress of the play. It may not have been in total real time, but there's nobody else out there that is in total real time on that stuff either. What'd you guys think? I thought it was a good addition. I think it's great.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It gives you the ability to see how your bets are doing in real time. Are they on pace to win? Are they on pace to lose?
That's the beautiful part. If you've got a player prop You got the line there, okay?
Yep.
So you got 2.5 player shots on goal. The guy's at 2.
Yeah.
You know, when he goes over, it goes all the way to the end. You know, you got that baby one. It's huge for player props too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just makes it that much easier to just go there and look, and based upon the little bar there, if you're how close you are, and you don't have to search the game in another app to see where you're at with it. Going to stats, box score. All right, how many? You just go right there to your dashboard into your bet tracker and see it all right there. That's huge, powerful, amazing, and if you're a guy that bets a lot, you love that. You just like going and looking and knowing immediately. Yeah,
that's me.
I see it, Bobby.
I bet a lot, man. A lot.
I see it, Bobby.
Okay? No kidding around, okay? I don't mess around with 2 or 3 plays a day, okay? Let's get 10, 20, 30, 40 a day, man. Let's go. I think I got 25 in there right now. And by the way, use your bet tracker on a regular basis. Angelo Fagundes, hey, what's up? Let's go. We got new people here tonight, guys.
Nice.
What's the lock of the night, Bob?
Yeah. What is it, Bob? I'm ready.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. For the heck of it here, you wanna put a prize picks play together?
Sure. Lock of the night is Memphis minus 2.5.
Tyler Hero under 4.5 player assists. There you go.
Who does Memphis have, Bob?
They're on the road. God darn it! How am I missing this?
What? Who?
I just went blank. They're playing Minnesota.
Okay.
They're at Minnesota, minus 2.5. Morant is recently coming back. I think they're starting to get in their groove. I'm going with Memphis. Plus my NBA record. I hate to tell you guys this. I'm up over 30 units in the NBA. So there you go.
Okay. Well, I mean, Memphis did have that loss to Golden State, the other night. So I would be willing to back Memphis here tonight. I would roll with that.
Okay, you want me to pull up prize picks, right?
Yeah, the first play here is Tyler Hero under 4.5 player assists. You can kind of see where this is at, putting it in a 5 or 6 pick flex. You see what every book has this line set at minus 134 on Pinnacle. You've got, DraftKings at minus 140. You've got FanDuel at minus 148. It's heavily juiced on the under on most sports books. And looking at our win probability here, we're at about 55.5%, a little above. So probably a good, confident play to roll with from the positive EV page. I actually have this as a single bet from my video earlier. So definitely like rolling with it for a 5-6 pick flex for sure. So Tyler Hero over 4.5 player assists. Let's look at this Morant play here real quick. Over 5.5 rebounds. I mean, in all honesty, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You don't really think of Ja as a big rebound guy, but, he does have nights where he goes after boards. When he's playing his game, he's all over the place. So I like it at minus 119. You can see what every book has this priced at. They really have it even more heavily juiced on some books than the other play, at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books at least that have it minus 140 or worse. And that gives us.
Let me tell you, this morning, the under was the play. So probably, I think there's a lot of people following all these videos and starting to play more DFS. And that's changing the lines around, don't you guys think?
Oh, 100%.
For sure. For sure.
What's Bob, are you gonna, I know we're on last minute betting, but what are the plays for Sunday? Anything NFL for you?
Oh yeah, I have a whole video of anytime touchdown scores.
Oh, who's playing in the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Have the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, are they gone? that have been played?
No, we're asking who's winning.
I'm asking.
You're asking me? Hey,
Yeah.
hold on. You've been the NFL guru for years, Randall.
I'll give my opinion. I'm just asking you who you like.
You know what? I'm going to go with Kansas City and Philadelphia.
I think I like Kansas City. I think I'm leaning to San Fran though. I think, but I mean, I don't know. That's a tough game.
Wouldn't be surprised. You know, they got to find a way to stop that running game. You know, that's the big thing. And Kansas City has to find a way to run the ball. If they can't run the ball, then Cincinnati's going to win. Because Joe Burrow is just too good, man. He's Joe Cool. I mean, when you get a name like Joe Cool, you got to be good, okay? I don't care. You can talk about all the talent you want. You're called Joe Cool for a reason, all right?
You know what? You know where he played, don't you, in college?
LSU, baby.
Yeah, SEC, baby.
I know.
You love the SEC.
I love it, man. I love it. All right, give me some more plays here, Mike, so I can argue with Randall a little bit more.
Well, you got to give us your opinion.
You
got to have it.
I just said, Kansas City and Philadelphia, man.
Okay. Fair enough. Klay Thompson over 3.5 threes. Good.
Close games or blowouts, Bob?
Probably close games, I think, both of them. Defenses are too good. In that Philadelphia San Fran game, defenses are way too good. Klay Thompson over, you said, Mike?
Yeah, over 3.5 player-made threes.
Got it.
Got it heavily favored on a lot of books, juiced completely. So, you know, adding that and getting that minus 119, about a 55, almost 55.25 win probability. So pretty good there. We're in a good confident range. So that gives us what, 3?
3. We got 3. We can quit at 3 if you want.
Huh?
We can quit at 3.
No, we're doing 5 at least. I don't want to have to go to the screen here if I don't have to. Draymond tonight. Yeah, that one's solid. Over 6.5 player assists tonight. I would roll with that. You got a lot of books heavily juicing that over as well. So that one looks pretty good. I think we could roll with that one. And then the last one, we don't want to wait till Sunday. Let's get one tonight. Let's look at Siakam on his over rebounds.
Okay.
Let's just see where we're at on this. Let's see what our win probability is. Pretty decent, above 54.5. So that's good. Yeah, Siakam over 7.5 rebounds as well.
Now you realize that you just put together a 5-pick flex with all overs.
Ironically, yeah. Didn't, you know, that's just the way. Well, no. Tyler Hero's under.
Oh, he is under? Okay.
You have him on over? No,
yes.
Under.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that is how it ended up going down, but that's all right. I like all of them. I like all of them.
Let me share my screen here real quick and show this, and then we'll get back to a little bit more sports talk. Everybody can get their weekend started. Here we go. Tyler Hero, under 4.5 assists. Morant, over 5.5 rebounds. Thompson, over 3.5 3-pointers made. Green, over 6.5 player assists. And Siakam, over 7.5 player rebounds. That is a Prize Picks play. Now, Randall, you asked a question here, okay? You're quizzing me on what I think. All right. I want to show you what I did for anytime touchdown, because you are the anytime touchdown guru. Okay. Let's face it. All right. And you know, I've kind of tried to walk in your footsteps, and believe me, it's tough to walk in your footsteps because you're a tall guy. Okay. But here's what I got. I went with McCaffrey and Sanders as first half anytime touchdown scores, and then came back decided to double up and make them anytime touchdown scorers also, and added Deebo Samuel and A.J. Brown. Thoughts on those plays? Anybody?
I mean, I don't disagree with them, but you like the under in this game. I mean, that's a lot of scoring.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, you got what, 5 different people?
I never said every one of them were gonna score. The thing is that if McCaffrey has a first half touchdown, that's also an anytime touchdown. That's doubling down.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. No, I just interesting. What's the total on that game?
I don't know. Let me pull it up here and find out here real quick. I know I'm not going to the screen like you want me to, but
no, you can look here. We show it here too. I just can't remember well, actually, you know what? It's a lot higher than I thought. 46.5. I mean, that's
46.5. That's the under. 46 on the over. So
I would have guessed. I mean, I haven't looked at these lines much. I would have guessed that line would have been around 42.5. Seems a tad high, but I don't know. Maybe we get points. I mean, if that's the case, then I mean, you could be sitting golden in that Eagles-Niners game. Same with KC Bengals. I think we're definitely going to see points there for sure.
So in this one, I have Kelsey and Chase first half, and of course, anytime.
I like that first half. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen, and that would be 4 wins right there. But I came back with Mixon, and guys, I really like the way this Pacheco's playing. And I know McKinnon had been getting the ball a little bit more, but man, the way that Pacheco played last week, I just have a feeling about him.
How about
But it could be either. No. No. That being no. And George says money double minus 115 on FanDuel.
Double.
And look at this, Debbie Darkin got here late. Sup, guys? Hope all of you are well. We're all well. We've been on calls all day, the 3 of us, and been to the wall, if you know what I mean, to the window, to the wall. And
Bob,
huh?
So watch it now.
To the window.
Yeah.
Hey,
to the wall.
Mahomes first TD, 30-1.
No, that ain't happening.
No,
it's not going to be a quarterback sneak.
Doesn't have to be. Everybody says it's possible. It could be a rollout from 5 yards out of the goal line.
That's what all this talk about his ankle. It's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to go out there and score a touchdown, run him with it, and say, "What ankle?"
30-1.
Wow, he may want to do that. He may want to do that, Mike. But Mike made a really good point the other day. When he gets out there and if he has to scramble and he gets nicked, it's a high ankle sprain, guys. Okay?
Yeah, no, yeah.
1 week will not take care of a high ankle sprain.
No,
I do not.
I mean, that's the worry is once, I think once he, gets out there after a while, I don't think it happens early. I think it would be later if that happened because he's going to be on all kinds of medicine and adrenaline running. So he may not feel anything for a while. But, yeah, at some point you do worry and wonder. But, again, evidently the books are – it seems like they're thinking Mahomes' ankle's fine now.
I know.
KC back to minus 1.5. So
yeah, they're starting. That tells me that all of a sudden
it's a pick'em game, guys, isn't it? I mean, really, isn't it?
Well, I mean, KC's favored now, but I mean, whole world's on Cincinnati. I mean,
right.
I don't want to go down that road.
Bengals can shut down Kelsey. Mahomes with no Kelsey and a bum ankle. I'm on Bengals. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. The Bengals aren't going to shut down Travis Kelsey, okay?
What did he do in the last game?
Against the Bengals?
Yeah, let me look that up. Was that 13? Let's see. Let's see what the stats said about in that game.
Okay.
Mahomes had 223 yards. Kelsey had 4 catches for 56 yards. I mean, they pretty well shut him down.
They did. They did.
Well, I mean, guys, do you not understand? This is why I'm on Kansas City. Mahomes and Reed are tired of hearing Joe Burrow's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes. Okay, you want to talk about revenge factor when you're making bets, Randall?
Oh, this is huge.
This is the ultimate revenge factor.
I agree. But look, Cincinnati does defend overall. When you look at the year, they do decent. Tight ends don't just absolutely dominate them. So,
Coach,
if they're going to go to the same, if they go to the same game plan they had against Jacksonville, they'll be in trouble.
Coach Thackeray says, watch the film, held them to 1 catch in the half last 2 meetings. That's fine. But I'm just going with ultimate revenge factor here.
Burrow, I mean, what, 3-0 against them, and last year won at KC to go to the Super Bowl. I mean,
Super Bowl, right?
It is the ultimate revenge factor. And I saw the mayor of Cincinnati said that the Bengals were heading to Burrowhead Stadium. So
that's pretty good.
Bob, I may have to back up the S10 on Sunday on the Chiefs.
I don't know how to say this guy's name, Debbie. Mike,
Juszczyk.
Okay. Could be anytime scored. They tried to use him last game, total gamble, but I got a feeling.
I mean, this could be that kind of game for San Fran, just pulling out all the stops. I mean, and that would be the guy they would use. They've done it before. They do it at times. We've seen over the last several years, they will go to him in big spots, and he does come through. So I can't say that I hate that. And if you think San Fran's going to, win this game and or make it interesting, I think he could be a big part of it. That's definitely a dark horse that you could sprinkle on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chiefs Niners rematch from 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Which, let's face it, the Niners had that game. They should have won that game.
I honestly think whoever comes out of the NFC wins the Super Bowl. I think it is either the Eagles or the Niners.
Okay.
It's impressive what the Bengals have done, though. I mean, to lose the Super Bowl and the ATS run that they went on after struggling, and here they are back in the AFC Championship. I mean, usually, the Rams are doing what most teams who lose the Super Bowl do. I mean, the Rams had a terrible season, and it's totally
Juszczyk is plus 1,300. Let me tell you something else about that. Remember, the Bengals started off 0-2.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen. You don't usually make the playoffs starting off 0-2, much less the AFC Championship game. So you got to give their coach a lot of credit. And Joe Burrow is, guys, how can you not like the guy? I love
Joe Burrow. I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's one thing that no one is talking about that they talked about last week, and I don't know, maybe it's not a factor, but this is an offensive line with guys off the streets. I mean, so, and they, were supposed to be exposed last week against Buffalo, but I honestly think the weather helped them there. I mean, you're going to run the game, or you're going to run the ball, where you're going. The defense obviously doesn't, and I think the field conditions and the snow helped them. I think that it's going to be a much different story this week against Kansas City. I don't know. Maybe game of the year coming on KC, Bob.
Buffalo doesn't have any. I mean, when Von Miller went out, went their pass rush completely, and right now they don't have a Chris Jones who worries me because he's a game disruptor, and that's the guy I worry about, and then maybe Frank Clark, you got to throw his name in that mix. I worry about if Kansas City's front can have some success. And, we haven't really talked about Kansas City's defense a whole lot. And they're probably a guy like, Frank Clark and Chris Jones. Those are some big time players. They always feel disrespected. They don't feel like we always talk about Kansas City and their offense, so I look, it's going to be this. I've gone back and forth with this game. It's going to be a good one.
If Cincinnati runs the football with 150 yards or more, they're going to win. But I don't think Joe Mixon's getting 100 yards this week, guys. I do not see that happening.
I don't see that.
So without that, that changes the complexion of the game. They're going to throw now. Can they cover Chase? I mean, who can cover the guy? He is a hell of a receiver, but I think they can keep Burrow in check. And you know what? If Burrow starts getting sacked, he's going to panic a little bit. But he is Joe Cool. He's got that name. So I'm not rooting for anybody in this game, and I don't know that I'm even going to bet it. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Yeah, you're going to bet it.
Chief secondary is rough though. Burrow gets
Jerry Sneed. He'll be a fact. He's going to be. He's going to be huge. If Kansas City's going to win this game, he's got to be big.
Jordan is all over the Bengals right now, but I want to tell Jordan one thing. Where I'm disappointed with him right now is why in the hell didn't you take the Pistons last night, man? I mean, they smoked them. That over hit easily.
Yes, it did, and so did the Nets. Their team total. I took their under there because they were coming off that game with Philly the night before, 137 to 133. I expected Brooklyn to be even a little more flat than they were, but they did score some points last night. But yeah, what Detroit have 130? You said?
Yeah, they had 130. So they have finished 2 games in a row, guys, with 130 points and went 1-1.
We found a couple of plays on Detroit on the positive EV page, plus 10.5, and it's like, golly, that hit with.
Debbie's probably right on the receiving yards. Ivy was 2 assists away from that plus 2,200 double-double. There was an interesting one, Randall, that I hadn't thought about betting double-doubles in the NBA. Wow, is there some value there? It's kind of like betting golf winners.
Oh, I mean, what Joker every night. I mean, although he's probably juiced to the moon, but there's some of these guys you can get minus 110, minus 120. I mean, that's almost all day. 10 boards, 10 points.
Yeah.
Ivy had the first 12 points a game. All right. Hey, thanks for doing this, Randall. Mike, good job. We're excited that we got to do this tonight with you. Debbie says that Mixon's receiving yards are pretty low. Maybe we should go with an over there. You're probably right. Next week, we'll get a chance to go live later in the evening and actually show the bet tracker live. So you can see some of this stuff, folks, because it's great. All right. Have a good weekend. Freaky Friday. Friday night.